Good morning. It's Vijay here. Today is Thursday, 17th April 2025. Welcome to yet another episode of Pre-Market Commentary. Yesterday was a fantastic day for the bulls, and especially the Indian bulls, because you see, globally there are a lot of negative cues. I too was a little bit nervous intraday. I was wondering whether bulls will take it up or will it come down because the US market was showing negativity, and I thought sooner or later we will also, but it did not. So there are two things. One is the bull market. In bull market, what you do is you trust the process, and in bear market you trust the ability. So the ability of the bears, however much they try in the last few days, has been declining, or at least their ability is being tested, and they are failing in that they are not able to bring the market down. So what about the bulls? The bulls, the lot of people who are supposed to be bullish have become extremely bearish. They're looking at some numbers about moving averages or support, resistance, lower top, lower bottom, and looking at tariffs, looking at Donald Trump, looking at everything excepting the price. Now, price is God, as people say, but it is not necessary that price is God all the time. Price is God at that precise moment. More than price, I would say price action. So, what should bulls be doing? Whether when the prices come down, when there is a gap down, for instance, whether the prices go up soon after the gap down, the first hour lows, are they being held, and what kind of volumes come into the market when it is going up, and what kind of volumes come when the market is going down, and look at what institutional activity is. Contrast that with the gurus who come on TV, who give some opinion, whether it matches with them or based on their experience, or rather based on our experience of their capability and the predictive powers, whether the market is going in their favor or it is going against. So clearly, the bulls have won, the bulls are winning because everything has lined up for a good bullish trend to begin, and it has begun, in my opinion. What we saw last week on April 7th, the bottom, I think that will be a very, very durable bottom. What are the cues this morning? So Nifty advanced for the third consecutive day, led by IndusInd Bank, which is a surprise, probably because the report which came out, the forensic report, is better than expected. Mid cap and small cap also advanced for the third consecutive session. Volumes were about 93,000 crores, which was not bad. Of course, it was not as good as the previous day in terms of the advanced decline, but still it was about about 2.5:1. PSU banks now have started attracting attention, and that was the biggest gainer, top sectoral gainer. We hold Canara Bank and we hold Punjab National Bank. And Nifty Bank gained for the third consecutive session. We are very bullish on Nifty banks. We hold ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, Kotak Bank, and Bandhan Bank. So we are having a lot of a proportion of our portfolio in banks and pharmaceuticals. So banks did well. Energy rose yesterday, basically because of ONGC and Oil India. FMCG surprisingly gained for the fifth consecutive session. I'm not bullish on FMCG, as I continue to repeat. I'm not bullish on FMCG. I'm not bullish on IT. I'm not bullish on defense. I'm not bullish on railways. My focus is primarily on banks, financial sector. We have Federal Bank also, for instance, and we have, and infra. So we don't know about the index, how high it will go, because a lot of components are there in the index which can keep the index, keep a lid on the index. But by and large, I think we should do well if we are holding good stocks. Nifty Auto was the top sectoral loser. I don't know why. Pharma came down because there was a problem with Zydus and Lupin, and so that was, they led the losses. Now look at what institutions are doing. Institutions FIs have come back in a big bang, close to 4,000 crores. DIs are sellers at 2,500 crores. Net institutional buying is about 1,400 crores. So what are the cues this morning? After we closed, S&P fell 2.2%. There was a virtual crash in the US market. Dow fell about 700 points. Nasdaq plunged 3%. Very, very big numbers on the downside. Lots of reasons for it. mainly, I would say Powell was the main cause for the accelerated downtrend. We will show why so. And Japanese Prime Minister was discussing with Trump, so there is a lot of hope on tariff barriers being removed. So new Nvidia was the biggest stock to fall there, 7% after US imposed new export restrictions on its A20 chips. Then and Trump says there's a big progress made in talks on the Japanese tariff deal. Gold touched a new high. In fact, it has exceeded my expectations. We hold gold and silver. I thought silver will beat gold in this run up, but it looks like gold. There is people are really, chasing gold like nobody's business. But anyway, we hold gold and we continue to hold gold. Brent has gone up because of Middle East tensions. Dollar index continues to trade below 100, which is good for us. And 10-year yield has now slowly started coming down to 4.3. So today there are some important things which I want to say. There was this talk about steel tariffs being put about 12% on any imports. So it will benefit the steel industry, is what people thought. Yesterday, the secretary has clarified that as of now, it has still not been done. It is waiting for approval. We do not know whether there will be approval. If there is no approval, then metal sector will face a downtrend. I'm a little bit wary of buying into metals because it is policy dependent, and with tariffs supposed to be lowered by India everywhere, I don't know whether they're going to put an additional tariffs of 12%. Now, there's another important voice, which is a very cautionary voice, which I always listen to, Manish Rai Chaudhary. He says that earnings estimates have started to decline. This is something surprising because I thought it will be the other way around. But he also puts a silver lining in the cloud where he says India is better placed than Asian peers in the long term. So whatever it is, he is not. He is saying he's very cautious. He says market is not fully priced in the weaker earnings trajectory. I beg to differ, though I respect him a lot. I think market has priced in fully. In fact, I don't think the earnings will be weak as he's expecting. He's looking at probably the IT sector and cement sector. They are doing badly anyway, so I don't think much can one can expect. So today, what are the stocks which may go positive? BHEL because of tech transfer pack, DLF. There is some. They have sold some realty business in Calcutta worth about 700 crores. Wipro's results are not good as expected. Angel One results are bad. Brokerages will continue to suffer in the next few months. Sonata Software also. The mid-cap software companies also will not do well. It looks like Sonata Software as flagging down lower than expected Q4 revenue. Paytm, there's something about ESOPs there. Dalmia Cement, there is some. This one, ED's attachment is there on Dalmia Cement, so that should be under a negative person. So, what are the global cues to watch? Today is Eurozone ECB rate decision. I don't know whether they will reduce interest rate, but I won't be surprised if they do it. Japan trade data, and then there are earnings from HDFC Life, Infosys, and Geo Financial after the bell. HDFC AMC also after the bell, and tomorrow you have HDFC Bank. On Saturday you have HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank are the prominent ones, and then you have Italian Prime Minister now going to US to discuss about tariffs. So one by one, the big guys are all going. So we'll be next in line, but maybe this is what Trump says. Big progress after meeting with the delegation, but we may have something interesting here. If us going to US, I think the US is coming to us, where the Vice President is coming to India next week to discuss with Prime Minister from 18 to 24. He is here. He is going to Italy, and then from there here. So I think something on tariffs also will be discussed. So it's one of those rare times where US is coming, so it is good that that will be a positive thing. So this is what caused a problem. People thought that Powell will do something on the stock markets. He said no, and that he says everything is under tension, so he is very bearish. But that's why the US markets fell. But the bullish part is that the Japan Prime Minister has come up with something positive. It looks like. And Powell is worried about inflation, but I think that will be only temporary. So we open today with the gap down is what it's showing. So today again the bulls will be tested. I have a strong suspicion that that the bulls will win this game again, as they've been winning for the last few days. Continue to be bullish. We continue to buy on all declines, and today also during intraday trading we continue to do that. Though tomorrow is holiday, there will be some jitters, but today is also a weekly settlement of the Nifty. So all in all, the thing should look good. So whatever you do, I hope it is successful. Thank you for joining me.